Hello, young man. I'm here to talk to you about something that I've struggled with for a long time. Something that I think many of you out there can relate to. It's the constant pursuit of perfection, the feeling that nothing is ever good enough, and the fear of making mistakes. This, my friend, is the toxic cycle of perfectionism, and it's something that I've had to battle with throughout my life. As a child, I was always driven to be the best, to excel in everything I did. I was a straight-A student, a star athlete, and a devoted son. But beneath the surface, I was struggling with the weight of expectation, the feeling that I had to be perfect in order to be loved and accepted. And when I failed, which inevitably I did, I was consumed by self-doubt and anxiety. As I grew older, this need for perfection only intensified. I became obsessed with training, with pushing myself to be the best version of myself that I could be. I spent hours in the gym, honing my physical skills, and just as many hours studying, trying to stay one step ahead of the villains that plagued our city. But no matter how hard I worked, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was never good enough, that I was always one mistake away from disaster. It wasn't until I faced my greatest fear, the loss of my parents, that I began to realize the true cost of my perfectionism. I was so focused on being the perfect hero, on saving everyone and everything, that I forgot how to take care of myself. I forgot how to be human. And it was in that moment of vulnerability, of weakness, that I discovered my greatest strength. I learned that it's okay to not be perfect, that it's okay to make mistakes. I learned that it's in those moments of imperfection that we discover our true character, our resilience, and our capacity for growth. And I learned that it's not about being the best. It's about being better than we were yesterday. So, how did I overcome my perfectionism? Well, it wasn't easy. It took time, patience, and a willingness to confront my fears. I had to learn to accept myself, flaws and all, and to recognize that it's okay to not have all the answers. I had to learn to trust myself, to trust my instincts, and to trust the process. I started by setting realistic goals, goals that were achievable and manageable. I broke down my training into smaller, more manageable tasks, and I focused on making progress, not perfection. I surrounded myself with people who supported me, who encouraged me to take risks and to try new things. And I practiced self-compassion, reminding myself that it's okay to make mistakes, and that I can learn from them. I also learned to prioritize my well-being, to take care of my physical, emotional, and mental health. I learned to listen to my body, to rest when I needed to, and to fuel myself with healthy foods and positive thoughts. And I learned to be kind to myself, to treat myself with the same kindness and compassion that I would offer to a friend. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy. There are still days when the old habits creep back in, when I feel like I'm not good enough, and when I'm tempted to push myself too hard. But I've learned to recognize those feelings, to acknowledge them, and to gently remind myself that I'm doing the best I can. And that's what I want to leave you with today, my friend. I want to remind you that you're not alone in this struggle. We all struggle with perfectionism. We all struggle with the fear of not being good enough. But it's in those moments of vulnerability, of weakness, that we discover our true strength. So, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to take risks. And don't be afraid to be imperfect. Because it's in those moments of imperfection that we grow, that we learn, and that we become the best version of ourselves. Remember, it's not about being the best. It's about being better than we were yesterday. It's about progress, not perfection. And it's about being kind to ourselves, about treating ourselves with compassion, and about recognizing that we're doing the best we can. And if you feel this talk helpful, don't forget like and subscribe. And if you want to be a more grateful person, you can donate on the Patreon account. Link on description. See you soon, friend.